Welcome to the online tutorial session. As in the previous lecture, I have discussed that today I will start the relationship between the tables as well as the key concept over here. So, database relationship are the associations between the tables and created using the joining statement. Okay, so there are mainly three types of relationships are there. That is, there are three types of relation. That is one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-one. Okay, these are the most prominent kind of a relationship having between table to table. Okay, so now coming, what is one-to-one relationship? One-to-one relationship also shown as in this way, one-to-one relationship. So one-to-one relationship means that suppose in a school a student may register for a higher secondary examination. So each student is given a unique registration number. So if I have draw a table over here, that is, this one is a ID, this one is a name, this one is a class, this one is a section, and I have prepared another table also that is having reg number, that is registration number, ID and year. Okay, so each row of this table is particularly related to this table also, because each student is having the student number. Suppose I am giving one. Okay, one, that is Rohan. Okay, in class 12. Okay, section is commerce. Now having registration ID 1120, and ID also I am writing over here 1, and year I am writing 20. So it is from this particular table there is a two table is showing, and this one is the student table and this one is the registration table. Okay, so the student table stores the information regarding each student in the school, and while registration table stores the information regarding registration number. Okay, the student table are related to only one row in the registration, cannot be multiple. That is, student ID having one, name is Rohan, cannot have a multiple registration in the register. It is possible, it is not possible. So that is why it is a one-to-one relationship over here. Okay. Or another good example of a one-to-one relationship is that is a relationship between managers and the department. Suppose a sales department is there. There must be a one sales manager over there. There cannot be a multiple manager in the particularly sales department. Or there can be assistant manager, but manager is a single person there in the department. Or in the purchase department there is one manager. So a department and the manager, the ratio is 1:1. The relationship is 1:1. Okay. Now we are coming back to the topic, that is one-to-many relationship. Okay. So one-to-many relationship is denoted as, so n this represents a many relationship. Okay, so a single tuple of a relation A is related to 0 or 1 or more tuples in a B. So however, the single tuple of B is related to at least one single tuple of only A. So how? I'm taking an example over here that will be easier for you. I'm taking a student table as well as I'm drawing a book table. Okay, so this book table having the account number, book name, that is ID is there, and this registration date. Okay, when you have registered for the book, and here is the same phenomenon is there, that is ID number is there, name is there, class is there, and section is there. Suppose I'm ID number 100, that is Rohan, class 12, section commerce. Okay, the account, that is book account number B1, B2 and B3. It can happen that it is written by R dash, it can be written by PG, it can be written by SM. Okay, there are multiple IDs are there. So you can see that Rohan can take this book, or else this can be taken this book also. Okay, issue date also be there. So okay, so it may happen that Rohan taken this book, the first book as well as the third book in the 15 number date, and here also 15/12. Here I am writing 15/12. Okay, so it can possible that one student can take two books from the library, and there is a one to many relationship. If you consider with the Rohan and the book ratio, Rohan is a single entity, this Rohan is a one single candidate and taking two books. So one to one is not there, one to many. Many means more than two or more than one is known as many. So that is an example of one to many relationship. Now we are coming back to the concept of many to many relationship. Okay, so many to many relationship is there, that number of people in the it is many to many relationship is known as the n is to m relationship. That is, a single tuple of a relation A is related to 0 and to one or more than tuple, and another B, and the single tuple of B also related to 0 or 1 or more than tuples in a relation A. Okay, so I'm taking an example. So it's a teacher table is there. There is a one teach table is there, another one is the student table is there. Okay, where SID is there, where is the S name is there, it is class and section. Okay, and here is ID, teacher name, and subject is there. It is teacher ID and subject, and this is the TID, that is the teacher ID, and SID, that is the subject combination is teach by the particular teacher. So suppose ID 11 is there, and PG is the teacher name and it's taken computer, and teacher ID same, I'm writing 11, and there is student ID 118 is there, name is S Roy is there, class is 12, section comments. So I am taking class of this one, that is 118 I am having. Okay, it may happen that again I am having also another student is having, that is roll number 120. Okay, the name is PD. Okay, and the class is 11. Okay, section is arts. Also I am taking the class. It may happen, so here I am taking multiple, from here multiple students are taught by the multiple teachers. So both the ways many relationship is coming, that is a good example of many to many relationship. Or a better example is a relationship between engineers or project. Okay, so many engineers handling a particular project, or a multiple project is handled by the multiple engineers. So many to many relationship, or product or company. A company may manufacture more than one product, and at the same time a given product can be manufactured by one or more company. A pen can be manufactured by several companies. Okay, that can also many to many relationship. Okay, now we are coming back to the concept of the key concept. Okay, so the key concept is that in DBMS, actually in the DBMS, if you try to set up the relationship between tables, so you have to take a consider of the this concept of key. Key is nothing that attribute, or it can be a combination of attributes through which you can relate one table with another one. Okay, so any combination of attribute whose values can be used to be uniquely identify a tuple. Tuple means a record in a relation, such that no two tuples have the identical value in these attributes, is also known as a super key concept. Okay, so there are many key concepts are there. So one by one, let's now I have said the concept of the super key concept. Now we can just take the concept of the primary key concept. So primary key concept here in a database, that is there is maybe a one single column, or maybe the combination of the column through which you can uniquely identify a particular record in a table, you can say that, ma'am, the concept of a primary key and the concept of a super key can be a same. Okay, so no, it is not actually, the concept is not actually same. If something is different, okay. So the among the one different kind of a candidate's key, there is a concept. So database administration will choose a single key combination, the minimal super key. Okay, there is a super key can be a combination of one attribute, can be a combination of two attribute, can be three or many more. So the minimum number of attributes included through which you can identify a unique tuple, uniquely identify unique tuple in a relationship, that is called the primary key concept. Now coming back to the concept of the candidate, the minimal super key that have no proper subset of which another super key. So that is called the candidate key. Okay, as there can be more than one combination of attribute to perform the minimal super key, that can be more than one candidate key for the given. Okay, so let's take an example, then only you can understand the concept of the candidate key. Okay, suppose CSK is equals to SK1, that is depending upon the ID, and CSK2 is equals to SK4, that is having class, sections and role. Okay, so first candidate key CK1 for the student table. Okay, so CK1 is the first candidate key, and for the CK2 is for the second candidate key for the student table. Okay, now we are coming back to the concept of the that is a foreign key concept. Okay, so when a primary key attribute, that is PK of a relation R, is placed as an attribute in another relationship S, then the attribute in the relation S is called the foreign key of S. So what actually means that previously I have given you an example where actually in case of student table and table, you are considering student table and registration table, where the student ID I am storing in the student table also I am storing in the registration table also. So one, that maybe the particularly the student ID is the primary key of the student table, that thing that is become a primary key, that primary key attribute of a one column in one table is also repeated in the another table. So that point of time, that repeated column values are become the foreign key of this particular newly made table. Okay, so that is the concept of a foreign key over there. Okay. And the composite key is the artificial key, which all the surrogated. This kind of a key are unique because they are created when you don't have any natural primary key. Whenever you don't have the natural primary key, that point of time you have to create that one. So thank you, student. I'm ending my lecture.